Andrew works at Burtons, he's the manager. My drum filter, my bile filter and the 2 stainless steel showers behind me. If I let Andrew go in first and we'll have a little bit of a chat inside the filter house.
James has probably helped it. A lot of people put too much water through their biotanks.
These showers are actually made by Burtons yourself as well.
Smaller media as well, and they complement each other.
Right, so Andrew, one extra thing as well I just wanted to talk about is there's a clear lid on the bio and a clear lid on the drum.
We push and hold the OK button on the spray jets. And a steel that's laser cut on site, rolled on site.
The control panel, I suppose.
It's 22 minutes since it's last done a proper clean.
Definitely look at Burtons range because I am super well happy with the quality. Is there anything possibly that you can do as a little free giveaway? You're the manager, I'm sure you'll be able to windle something.
So winter's coming, we'll give you a 12 kilo bucket of sinking wheat germ food.
So the week after that, I'll announce the winner of this competition. Thank your mother for the rabbits. Hello everyone, welcome back, James the Koi Whisperer. And I've got a real special video for you today because not only have I got the rundown of what I'm using and how I'm using it, but I've actually got the manager from Burtons herself who made my drum filter, my bile filter and the 2 stainless steel showers behind me. I'm going to spin the camera around, introduce you to Andrew. He's going to crack on with the video. Right then, so for the people that don't know, Andrew works at Burtons, he's the manager, deals with all of the aquatic side. And I'm just going to ask him a quick question of what he thinks of my pond, what I've done myself. And obviously I'm using all of Burtons equipment here at the moment. And I just want to make it dead clear. And Andrew's going to clarify it. If I get any of these items for free.
Nothing you see here is for free.
I just wanted to clarify that because I do get a couple of people say I got this for free. You're only saying it because you got it for free, blah, blah, blah. But that being said, Andrew, what do you think of my pond, seeing as I built it all myself? Just tell the viewers what you think.
Very clean and tidy. Very professionally done.
So what we're going to do, because I got Andrew out here today, we're going to run in the filter house. A few things with the drum, just to run through over a few things inside the filter house, what we got in here. Just a few questions that I got more than anything. And as you can see, there's a clear lid on the bio and a clear lid on the drum. And the reason why that's there for demo purposes only, just so I can show you guys like how it's running to make it a little bit easier for when we're showing you on the videos. That being said, if I let Andrew go in first and we'll have a little bit of a chat inside the filter house. And so the main reason I actually went with the Burtons range on this new pond is because I was so keen, and when I spoke to Andrew on the phone about it, that everything is made in-house. So if anything goes wrong, it's so easy for me to get all the parts. And I just wanted to pass over to Andrew just to explain some of the parts, what they're called, just to run through basically what you told me on the phone about everything being made in-house. We just showed to the viewers more than anything.
So, if you take our drum for instance, the polypop tank, we make that ourselves, we cut it and weld it all on site. The drum is stainless steel, that's laser cut on site, rolled on site and welded on site. The gearing, our new stainless steel gearing, it's all lasered on site. All these pieces, this hex bar, that's machined on our milling machines. Even silly things like in here, there's brass tips on the end of our spray jets on our waste chute. We couldn't quite find the right product, so we had to physically make it so we didn't lose any pressure for these. Wire and loom kits are done by us. We physically make as much as possible, we can control the product a lot better.
Part of the reason why I was so keen on it, to be fair. I mean, being electrical as well, be a part that might go wrong or might need to be replaced.
Anything mechanical always has a chance of having an issue, but because we make a lot of it in-house, or the components we don't make, we carry pallets of every part. Production point of view, we can't be reliant on running out of stock, so we always have lots of spare parts. There's an assigned amount for spare parts for customers.
The wash pump and everything else that there can all be replaced.
Yeah, and then they're really
always
quick
in
and
stock
easy as well to replace. Anything like that, if you need to take it off or put it back on, it's a couple of bolts and a couple of connectors. It's all designed to be straightforward, as easy as possible.
So make the bio tanks as well.
Yeah, so the bio tank, this is our newer bio tank, the flat base 1100. Probably our most popular bio tank now. You can get up to 200 litres of media in this. We don't make the media, but we make the bio tank. They don't normally come with a clear lid, but for the video it makes a lot easier viewing. It's a really simple design, took us a bit of time to get it right. but it does the job. Really popular product now.
Definitely, and there's so many different drums that you've got in the range, but it's the TF500, isn't it?
Yes.
And what was the actual biotank called?
We named it properly yet. On the website it's down as our new biotank.
Yeah.
I suppose in our inner circles in Burtons we call it the flat base bio because it's a flat base, and our normal biotanks, the larger ones we do are convoluted bases. We haven't really named it, so if anyone's got a good suggestion for it, we'd definitely look for a new name. We can give it an official name.
If anyone's got a name for this biotank, write it in the comments, and Andrew will take into consideration if it's a decent name suited for it. We might have to put in some sort of free giveaway for that. We might have to ask you nicely about that in a minute. See if we can do something there for the viewers. I'm super impressed with it, to be fair. Super happy with it. I did call Andrew down here today just to run through how I've got things set up. There's a few things that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lower the drum slightly. It's all right at the moment, but I think what I'm gonna do is lower it, drop it down about 20 mil, innit? Somewhere around that over time, just to allow more water through the drum. It's one of my little mistakes that I made. I didn't quite get the levels exactly how I wanted them, but everything's running all right there, isn't it? It's all...
Yeah, it's barely cleaning as well, so that there's no wasted upon the monstrous material at the moment, but I think we looked earlier, the average clean time was 4.5 hours between cleans.
4.5, yeah.
So it's really minimal cleaning at the moment. We've got a clear lid on it, obviously, for demo purposes, and at the moment you'll see the UV is not on. Obviously, having a UV on and being able to see it is quite dangerous, so for the demo lid, we turn the UV off, which is the breakers down for that. Obviously, normally the UV's on, it shines inside, which does help keep the biofilm off the drum mesh, so it keeps your clean count down as well.
Andrew, one extra thing as well I just wanted to talk about is the actual, don't even know what it's called, like the control panel, I suppose. Yeah. That there is an actual added extra in it. It's not something that you get when you buy a drum.
Yeah, so the box, this box here is standard, although our new drums have a slightly different box now. We've changed the box, but the socket panels, that's an additional item. Not massively expensive, and that's deliberate. I'd rather have someone have these on there so they're not having to wire the pumps and UVs into the control box themselves. So it's kind of an extra, but in relation to the drum it's not a fortune to add. The idea is that on this one, this side is your pumps, this side is your UVs, so the UV's off at the moment because we've got the clear lid on. But this basically operates this plug socket. With James, he actually went for an extra one as well, because I think he's got a plan of putting another pump on later on. So at the moment there's two running. And then this one goes across to the UVs, so it controls the UV lights, and then when you take the lid off, or when you obviously shut the breaker down, it turns the UVs off. Obviously from a safety point of view, if the UVs are on and you lift the lid up, it cuts them out, so you can't...
And it cuts it out with this magnetic switch there, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, that's correct. It is designed to be plug and play. Turn it on, leave it alone. But if you want to play around with it, there is functions that you can do. So as standard, our drum will clean for 65 seconds. Now James has put it down to 40 seconds here, which is enough. The pond's not really mucky, there's no waste in there, so you can easily just adjust the clean count by just pushing the buttons up and down. There is more functions. You can go in, you can make it. Earlier we changed the controller, so as standard it will only clean on the float, but we've changed it now so that it will clean on a timer. So every 12 hours it will do a clean, even if it doesn't need to, it will just do a clean. Just coming into the winter, it's just maybe nice to have the unit doing a couple of cleans a day, just in case, keep everything running. It's really simple. It's push and hold the B button to go into the menu, and we get the outputs, which are these. This talks about these sections, how many cleans it's done in the last 24 hours, how long it's been run for, nozzle test, which if we push and hold the OK button, it just does a check on the spray jets. Make sure they're all working right and they're all lined up as they should be. And there's the extra couple in the end of the waste tube as well, which you can probably just about make out.
Yep.
It's nice to occasionally check that, and that's in there, so you can. That will actually work without the lid on as well. Obviously you will get sprayed and wet, so in this environment we only get all the electrics wet. Average clean gap, so it just tells you the time between cleans. We've reset this drum just to get the number back to 0 for James. I think before we done the reset, it was 4 hours and 41 minutes, I think
it was, yeah.
Clean count. And in overrun, so we've set this to 12 hours, so every 12 hours and that's really simple by just pushing the up and down buttons for suit. So as standard it comes with that as 0, so it won't clean on overrun. Just try and make the drum as efficient as possible, but if you want you can have it clean every 1 minute, every once a day, whatever you like. So in this situation when we're coming into the winter, it's maybe nice just to have it running a couple of times a day. If the float kicks in though, the float will override that.
So the float on the drum, it's just this piece.
Here we can see that it's 22 minutes since it's last done a proper clean, what we would count as a clean. And then before that, it was 1 hour and 51 minutes before that. If you look at the waste chute, you can just about see there's a little bit of waste in there, but ever so slightly.
Hardly anything. Apart from that though, I definitely recommend anyone who's thinking about getting one of these drums, highly recommend myself personally, get yourself the upgrade and get all of this all wired in, because it's as simple as just plug it in and away you go. Right then Andrew, I expect there's a few people out there considering about maybe possibly buying one of these drums. We'll run through real quickly what the retailing at.
So a TF500 at the moment is £2,700. This has got 2 UVs inside it. They're 30 watt UVs. They're £130 each. To be fair, James probably could have got away with just having one, but he's got 2 in there. The bio tank retails at $795. The upgrade for the controller, well normally you only get one for the pumps and one for the UVs, and that's $99.95 for that upgrade. But that does come fully fitted, so we wire that and test it all at back at base.
One extra thing as well, every product that you send out, every single drum and bio, everything gets wet tested.
Everything gets wet tested. The bios get filled with water and tested, make sure there's no leaks or any damage into them. The drum, every drum gets filled up with water and tested, a couple of cleans per item, make sure it turns nice, make sure there's no leaks. Obviously anything we're not happy with gets rectified before it goes out. Make sure the drum turns as smoothly as possible. Quite confident with that. It gets done on a nice wet bed. And it's nice just to check everything running over, because it's easy to throw things together, but you want to make sure every item is running perfectly before it leaves us.
Part of what ticked it off with me is knowing that everything is UK made. Well, 95% of that drum's UK made.
See a few components that we don't physically make plastic pipe work. Yeah, most of the components we make in-house.
To me, that's super valuable, that me being in the UK, a product made in the UK is super valuable to me, and knowing that I can ring up if I need a part or if I need a replacement, you're at the end of the phone and you can just sort it out. And I got to say one thing, Burtons has been super helpful with me, not just because I'm on YouTube. At the end of the phone, the after sales of not just taking your money when you want to buy a product, but the after sales side of things, I've been super impressed, and that's why I'm doing this video today. I highly recommend anyone that's thinking about buying a drum or upgrading next year or even this year, definitely look at Burtons range, because I am super well happy with the quality and the value for money for what you get these days. I don't think that it can be beaten by any other company out there, and that's part of the reason why I went with Burtons. Moving on to the bio media that I put in here, it's something extra that you do yourself, innit, what I bought?
Yeah, so we've got, in this unit, we've got our BioFlow Plus and our BioTube, which is our 2 preferred medias. Now if you look, there's 2 different types of medias here. You tend to find with this one we get a higher surface area, but to make them tumble nicely, we use a smaller media as well, and they complement each other. So obviously the surface area isn't quite as high on this, but when we put them together, so I think James' experience, he's got 200 litres in here now? 200
litres in there, yeah.
And it's absolutely tumbling. There's no gathering in the corners. If a bit of media is sitting anywhere, it moves within a few seconds.
Yeah, and I was, to be fair Andrew, I was super impressed with how quick that media actually started to move. I mean, with other brands available on the market, I've used it myself and it's been floating for weeks and weeks. Yeah. Within 2 days this stuff started moving, and the reasons behind that is
the denser product. It's well designed. What we find as well, James has probably helped it, a lot of people put too much water through their bio tanks. I'm not sure exactly the flow, but I think it's probably got about 7,000 or 8,000 litres an hour going through, I guess. You can put more through it, it's not a problem at all, but a lot of people will put 30,000 litres for a biotank, which is too much. You don't get the contact time. So if you want to pull that much water through, say this drum will do 55,000 litres an hour, put it over your showers or just put it straight back into the pond. Just put a slow amount through a biotank, but don't fire it through. It's not mechanical filtration, it's biological filtration. It needs contact time.
Needs the dwell time, needs the contact time. And the slower that you put your water through that, the better your water quality be over the course of keeping a koi pond.
Yeah, don't fire it through it.
Right then, Andrew, so moving outside, showers that I've got here, and realised that these showers are actually made by Burtons yourself. Sort of went with these showers because I was after the Monumentaro ones when I first built this pond. But I saw them on your website, and I was super impressed with the way they looked, the price, and obviously being stainless steel as well. You know, what was the reasons we're coming up behind and making them?
So we looked at showers quite a while ago. Quite a few people asked us, could we do a lot of metal fabrication? And it kind of sat there for a while, and then one day someone pushed us a bit harder, so we just got on and done it. But they're laser cut on site, they're folded on site, they're welded on site, they were designed on site. We try to keep them quite simple, so 3 tiers, lid and the bottom tray. It's all as a package. People can have them in different styles, but that's what most people want. And the lid all comes with it. We retail them for $8.95. Depends on what media you get in there. For the media we use, you get about 60 kilos of media in there. Stainless steel showers aren't for everyone. They're quite an imposing piece of kit, and you definitely know you've got one on there. Some people say they're quite loud when they run, but I think you'll find they're not as loud as you think, because the medium inside softens it quite a bit. We also do a quality prop shower as an alternative. Maybe looks a bit softer in the garden for somebody who doesn't want it to stand out as much. Makes sense. We make things out of polypropylene, we make things out of stainless steel, so
Definitely.
it's nice to give someone the full package. Lots of retailers now across the country that sell our products as well. Many of them have them sitting there in stock as well, so there's more people out there that stock this stuff than you would think.
There's one unique feature about this shower that I was super impressed with, was the actual spray bar. The way the spray bar is put into the showers, built into the actual lid as such. Something that I'd never seen before on other showers that I used to run myself, losing quite a lot of media from the top tray, to be fair. With these showers, they're built into the lid, which is a massive key for me, really. More media in the top shelf.
Yeah, so that's a really simple thing, but when we were designing the lid, it was just, let's cut the right size hole for, we've done on these ones, it's 3-inch pressure pipe. Not saying you need to use pressure pipe, but that's the biggest size pipe most people would use on a shower. And it's just nice and simple, really. We don't supply them with a spray bar. Everyone's got their own preference of how many holes there should be and what size and what have you.
That's down to the customer of what they want to do.
Yeah, everyone's got their own preference, how much water you're going to put over it, whether you're putting one large pump. Some people only run a 2-inch spray bar in them.
I like to put quite a lot of water through mine, but some people out there, they don't. So
General consensus is the more water the better, but there's so many different viewpoints on the hobby as a whole, really.
down to the actual hobbyist himself, what they want to do. But one thing's for sure, I've got 2 of these showers on my pond, and I am super impressed with them. The quality, the way they look, and I'm so glad I went with them. So I got pretty much the full Burtons range running on my pond. I was going to ask Andrew in a minute if there's anything we can do. We'll probably ask a question, but if there's anything we can do as a little giveaway for the people watch this video, maybe we'll come up with something. And Andrew, I want to say a massive thank you for coming down. And just before you go, Andrew, I was just going to ask, just for the viewers, is there anything possibly that you can do as a little free giveaway, just for the viewers, see if we can do anything. Seeing as you're the manager, I'm sure you'll be able to window something.
So winter's coming and fish don't come up as much, so we can give you a 12 kilo bucket of sinking wheat jam food.
Do a 12 kilo bucket of food, fish food for you, but all you got to do in the comment section, just literally write down what 2 types of media that I'm using in my bio. So the answer for that question you've seen in this video, just write down in the comment section both the types, what they're called, and then in 2 weeks time from this video, from the 1st of November 2021, this competition will end. The week after that, I'll announce the winner of this competition, and then I'll obviously get hold of me through my Instagram or Facebook page, or I'll contact you through the comment section. Burtons has very kindly offered to do this little free giveaway for us, and I'm sure in the future there'll be much more to come, but definitely highly recommend myself. Check out Burtons. There's loads of other places where Burtons are selling products now, aren't there?
There's loads of retailers across the country.
If not, you can get hold of Burtons direct, whichever you want to do. I highly recommend it. So on that note, thank you very much for coming down, and
That's good. Nice to see you, pond.
Happy days. Thank your mother for the rabbits, and I'll catch you on the next one. So yeah, just before I end this video, I just wanted to say real quickly, I haven't been paid a penny for mentioning about Burtons products. The reason why I've done it is because I think and I believe the product's banging, the quality's amazing, the service is even better. And that being said, that's part of the reason why I've shared it with you guys. If you want to check them out, there's plenty of places to check them out. I want to say about the free giveaway as well, it is only available to people in the UK. If you are the winner, I'll mention it in 2 weeks' time. You contact me, and then I will contact Burtons and get them to send the food directly to your door. That being said, thank you very much, Andrew, for popping out. Thank you very much, Burtons, for getting involved in this video today. And thanks for watching the video to you guys. So happy ponding. I'll see you on the next one.